Philadelphia Flyers opened their season with a 2-1 loss to the Florida Panthers on Thursday night. But they really only had one line going for them, as the Noah Cates line dominated in their time on the ice, and the rest of them didn't do too well. So Rick Tocchet has changed things up here at practice for Friday ahead of the Flyers' second game on Saturday night in Carolina. I am Ryan Gilbert from Broad Street Hockey, and here is what you need to know. Here's the Flyers lines from Thursday night's season opener. You got Dvorak, Couturier, Michkov, Tippett, Zegras, and Konechny, Forster, Cates, and Brink, and Delorier, Obels, and Hathaway. We discussed these lines on Thursday in a video on Broad Street Hockey's YouTube channel. Make sure you subscribe, like, and comment there for all of our content. And we were quite confused by these lines. Dvorak and Couturier together with Michkov, we weren't sure how that would look. Tippett, Zegras, Konechny had some offensive potential. Obviously, we know Forster, Cates, and Brink is always going to be a good line when it's together. Then you got the veterans there with Delorier, Obels, and Hathaway. And the game went, kind of as expected there. The Noah Cates line was absolutely dominant. In the 10 minutes and 36 seconds, the three of Cates, Forster, and Brink were on the ice. At 5-on-5, the Flyers had an advantage of 6-2 in shots on goal, 13-6 in total shot attempts, 7-0 scoring chances, 6-0 high danger chances, an expected goal differential of 1.06 to 0.06. And of course, Noah Cates scored the only goal of the game for the Flyers off a rebound, off a set face-off play where Tyson Forster got the puck to the net there. And without the Cates line on the ice, the Flyers had a shot on goal. They were outshot 21-12. Shot attempts were 34-23 in favor of the Panthers. The Panthers had 15 scoring chances to the Flyers 10. High danger chances were 5-5. And expected goals, Flyers had 1.14 to the Panthers 1.4. So the Cates line was great on Thursday night and Friday at practice. That was the only line that they kept together here, per Charlie O'Connor of PHLY. So it looked like the main lines today are Travis Konechny, Sean Couturier, Matvei Michkov as the top line, Christian Dvorak, Trevor Zegras, Owen Tippett as the second line. You got that Forster, Cates, and Brink line still together there. And then Grebenkin, Luchanko, and Hathaway as the fourth line, with Obels rotating in on some repetitions there. But Charlie did tweet that Luchanko did take the first rep, and that probably means he'll be playing, just reading into that a little bit. And these look like four lines that the Flyers can run. These look like four NHL lines that, if everything goes well for them, that can be four playoff lines. But let's start with the top line here of Konechny, Couturier, Michkov. That was the Flyers' second most used line last season, behind the Brink one. In 230 minutes at 5-on-5, they had a 53.3% of the expected goals for share. Only 47.4% of the shot attempts, but they did have 50.5% of the unblocked shot attempts. So, Flyers blocked a lot of shots under John Tortorella there, and they outscored the opposition 16-12 with Konechny, Couturier, and Michkov on the ice. The obvious downside to this line is that Konechny is more of a left or a right wing, as is Michkov, but with both of those on the ice, with how the guys, mix and match and go in and out from each other there, Konechny can play on the right side sometimes. Michkov can play on the left side. It's not positionless hockey, but there's more fluidity and flexibility to it there. And Sean Couturier looked like, coming in here strong with a new coach, getting him back with Konechny and Michkov. Hopefully they can find that connection again. They looked great to start the season last year, and then to end the season as well. So hopefully they can pick up right where they left off. Then there you have the second line of Christian Dvorak and Trevor Zegras with Owen Tippett. This is similar to the line that we thought we were going to get, with Dvorak joining Zegras and Michkov, but instead it is Tippett on that right side. I don't mind it. I think Michkov and Zegras together, we're getting a little bit too cute at 5-on-5. Tippett's going to have to find his role somewhere. So if it's on the other side of a very defensively responsible guy that Tocchet trusts in Dvorak, and Zegras, who we're still trying to see what he's going to be for this team, Tippett is definitely the shooter on that line. Dvorak's the two-way guy, dirty areas. Zegras, hopefully the playmaker, and Tippett can hopefully shoot more because he only had I believe, one shot on goal in the season opener, and you're going to need more out of that if Tippett's going to score 20, 25, 30 goals this season. And you got the Forster, Cates, and Brink line still together. And that fourth line is really where it's exciting. You got Nikita Grebenkin, most likely Jett Luchanko, and Garnett Hathaway. Luchanko going to be making his season debut, Grebenkin making his Flyers debut, and Hathaway just a stalwart there on the fourth line right wing for the Flyers. And that's a really exciting line. A Grebenkin, Luchanko, Hathaway fourth line, even if it's Grebenkin, Obels, Hathaway, is a fourth line that can do something in the NHL, can match up better than some other fourth lines throughout the league. Maybe not Carolina with their depth, but that's a line that can, create offense and not be giving up too much defensively with how defensively sound in a two-way play Luchanko has. Grebenkin's willing to go to the dirty areas, get in front of the net. So that's an exciting line to have together. So you're not going to have, like we saw Thursday night, where the fourth line, all three of them together were on the ice for 5 minutes and 37 seconds at 5-on-5 play. Nick Deslauriers played a game low 7:30. Rodrigo Obels only played 8:04. I imagine you see Luchanko and Grebenkin getting close to 10 minutes, maybe even above 10 minutes with maybe power play or penalty killing time for them on special teams. Or maybe, it's a lot of 5-on-5 play and they're able to roll four lines here. And these four lines, we've seen Grebenkin, he can be a top six winger. He was on the top line with Couturier and Michkov throughout training camp at times. Luchanko has the upside of a second line center, probably a third line center right now, but starting him on the fourth line as he gets his legs a bit here in the NHL, seeing if he can stick around. That's probably where he should be. And Garnett Hathaway, this is not a fourth line where he's out there with Chris Van de Velde and Ryan White, or with Nick Deslauriers and Ali Lexell from last year. He has Nikita Grebenkin, who has played a bunch in the KHL, in the AHL, last year for the Leafs, in the NHL as well. And Garnett Hathaway, who plays his role as a fourth line winger, probably one of the best in the league there. So a lot of good support there for the, two big bodies for the 19-year-old down the middle. And even if Obels gets in there for Luchanko or, for Grebenkin, if they want to bench Grebenkin for a game, that's a solid fourth line. So these are four lines I could see the Flyers continuing to roll with if things go well on Saturday night. I'm not saying they have to win on Saturday night. They are huge underdogs on Saturday night. The Hurricanes came off a 6-3 win against the Devils in their opener. And the Devils have a lot more talent than the Flyers do at this point in their rebuild. So it's not going to be a one-game thing, hopefully, for these lines. These lines look like something that can stay together and hopefully grow together. It's going to be finding where Zegras fits, where Tippett fits. If they fit together, especially with Dvorak, perfect, because these can be four really good lines for the Flyers, and that's really what we want to get here under Rick Tocchet. You want to have a few lines you can count on, not just the Forster, Cates, Brink third line to be the line that you hope does something, and you hope the other ones can find something. You want to have some chemistry, and hopefully they can start building that on Saturday night. Puck drop is set for 7 p.m. Down there in Carolina, ahead of the home opener on Monday night in Philadelphia. That's going to do it here for me. Make sure you guys subscribe to Broad Street Hockey here on the YouTube channel. Also, our podcast feeds on Apple and Spotify. Give this video a like, give it a comment. Let me know what you think about these lines, what lines you'd like to see, and how you think they're going to do. So appreciate you guys checking the video out. And until next time, thanks for watching.